Alright, here's my little bag of goodies. So, once again, we made the trek to Trinity Hobbies out in Ottawa. Picked up some supplies. Not so again. I'll make a note of it that I didn't buy. Here's the little card here, Trinity Hobbies. Very good store. They have a lot of Warhammer stuff. They have a lot of hobby and gunpla stuff. They also carry board games. I wonder if that's the Trinity, like board games, plamo slash gunpla, and then Warhammer. Oh, but they also sell cards too. So maybe that goes into like cards and board games. But anyways, very good store. Went there again, and I just bought a few things. Girl, sweet poster, dude. Yeah, super sweet, super excited about that. Let's pull in a little bit. There we go. Picked up some verdigris. Is that how you say it? Verdigris? This is from Game Color. Vallejo. This is the first Vallejo color that I've purchased. I've never bought it before, but I hear it's quite good. Vallejo. And this is the color that I intend to paint this thing in. This thing? My little mech. And again, I was supposed to paint this guy. And finish it last month, but I kind of didn't realize or remember that February is a short month. So yeah, this is the color. And I'm thinking that the entire body of this is going to be colored, but the inner frame will be black. Will be a dark black. And the outer frame is going to be this verdigris color. And then we'll rust it up. We'll use a lot of rust effects to kind of create the contrast to this kind of light turquoise. That's the idea, at least. And again, this is from Vallejo Color. I've never bought Vallejo Color before, but I hear it's quite good. So we're testing it out. Kentuan, y'all got good toy stores. The only store I have in my area is just malls. It's lame. I don't have a toy store close to me. So yeah, I mean, if you're talking about specialized hobby stores, then they usually are few and far between. Toy stores, I'm not entirely sure about, but yeah, I kind of make a distinction between like toy stores and hobby stores. Those are the ones you kind of have to go out of your way for. This is not actually my purchase. This is Night Trap's purchase, but I'll be probably using it as well if he lets me. Boom. This is a God Hand. It's not the God Hand, like the big, huge, expensive one, but it is a God Hand. So this will kind of make our life a little easier for cutting plastic. Although that being said, I won't be using it to cut away these really hard plastic sprues. I'll be using the mortal hand for that. Here's the forbidden sprinkles that I have here. Just push them off the side. Forbidden sprinkles, as Millennial Model Mayhem puts it. There you go. So yeah, that's one thing down. But again, this isn't my purchase actually. That's Night Trap's. Made in Japan for plastic only. Plastic cutting nipper. God Hand. Anything else that we can look at here? For safety, always wear protective glasses, gloves, and other protective gear. Cuttings may become projectiles. I'm gonna have to scan that in because that's basically been the story of my life. Cuttings may become projectiles. Please ensure to use away from other people and fragile objects. Do not use cutting tool to pry other objects or touch the cutting edge directly. Do not use on items over cutting capacity. Metal wire and similar hard wires are not possible. Not possible. For rust prevention, please apply oil to the metal shaft and cutting edge. Remember to oil the shaft, okay guys? Please keep tool out of reach of children. So there you go. This'll make our life a little easier, so that's nice. So that's what we've purchased so far. Let's put it here. What's next? What should I show next? Let's show this thing. Okay, let's show this. Ta-da! We've got some Mr. Angled tweezers. Yeah, up to this point, I haven't used tweezers. If I needed to place stickers or decals, I would just basically do it by hand. Use my big clumsy, my big hands. These hands, they look so strong. If you know what that quote is from. But yeah, I figured it's time to use some tweezers, so here we go. Mr. Tools, good works from good tools. Kenton, oil the shaft. Yep, that was bait. I left that out there for someone to pick up on, so there you go. No English here. Just Mr. Tools, tweezers. So yeah, again, just something that'll make life a little easier for building models and such. And you know, it's something that I'm gonna need, so I might as well get it. I'm gonna need, and it'll be useful for a very long time, if that makes sense. Sorry, I'm just kind of repositioning myself. All right. Okay, let's show off this. This is the thing I'm kind of excited about the most. Tamiya Weathering Master. The simplest way to add realistic weathering. H, pale orange, ivory, and peach. And so the purpose of this is to apply to your models, and as it says here, weathering. But specifically this set is not for weathering vehicles. They show a tank here. It's not for vehicles, but instead it's for humans, and it's for skin tone, and specifically for my purposes, I'll be using it to apply flesh tones to my gunpla model kits, like this one here. Obviously, you can see that there's some skin tone here, and we'll be using it to get some natural hues and stuff like that for the model. And again, the one that I showed just now is kind of like my training mode model to try and practice. But you can see, yeah, pale orange. So I'm assuming pale orange is going to be for like the shadowy areas. Ivory, maybe like a base color. And peach is going to be intended for the kind of like parts that you want to be rosy, like rosy cheeks or like a rosy buttocks or something like that. But this stuff is kind of like makeup, like something that you might find in the makeup aisle at Shoppers Drug Mart, and that's a Canadian thing, Shoppers Drug Mart, for any Americans that are watching. And there's even a brush here that looks like a makeup applicator, and you can kind of like, this stuff here is actually more like a powder, like a hardened powder pigment, and you take the applicator brush, kind of dab it, and then apply it to the model, and you're just going to sort of gently get those soft hues and tones. And this is a method that I had seen on a number of YouTube videos, a lot of Japanese builders, a lot of American Western builders using these things to get these colors and tones for their models without necessarily having to use an airbrush, because I don't have an airbrush. If I had an airbrush, I might have not bothered with this, but this seemed like a nice, interesting alternative, and I'll be practicing on this with the winning Fumina model, and then taking whatever I learned from it and applying it to Saiki? Ritsuka Saiki, the model that I got. Kentuan, so yeah, I just have Hobby. That's the only toy store I have legit 20 minutes drive. Hobby. Okay, I haven't heard about that before. So can I read the back? Is there anything here? This set is designed to reproduce skin color gradation. Use it to add shadows or highlights to your figure. Something. Special applicator tool included. Semi-wet material adheres well and won't run into surrounding areas. Use included tool to apply. Perfect for adding a touch of extra detail to finished models as well. So yeah, I'm very interested to try this. It sounds interesting. That sounded redundant, but yeah, I've seen a number of YouTube videos about this stuff, so we'll give that a shot. Let's move this stuff off to the side. Okay, so this is the last thing I got, and guess what? It's another effect, customized effect from Bandai. Customized effect, Gunfire Image version yellow. So I bought this previously, or a set like this. It was the effects parts. Wait, do I have the effects parts here? I'm pretty sure I do. Hold on a sec, guys. The previous effects parts that I bought were more like blast waves and stuff like that, like this. And they might be a little awkward to see on camera. I'll just take out a few of them. And they're actually pretty fun. I mean, they look kind of dumb right now, but I took some really cool pictures with them, with my Eldar models and stuff, just to get the feeling of movement and power coming out of the guns. And actually the photos seemed pretty popular when I took them and I posted them to my Instagram. It seemed really popular just because I feel like that's not something that a lot of people in the Warhammer hobby had even considered, was like using stuff from another manufacturer, another world even. This is like, you know, the world of gunpla, right? And plamo, using this stuff for Warhammer. And yeah, it seemed pretty popular. People were kind of taking interest in what I had done. So I was really, really interested in this set because it has more gun-based laser attacks and stuff. The other one was more oriented around shooting. Like physical attacks like slashes and speed, like speed lines and dust. And it even came with rocks. But this one is definitely for guns, for lasers. Perfect for 1 in 144 scale models. Create your own original combat scenes with dynamic effects. And this one here is really cool because it's like a beam with electricity coming out and then a blast. And then there's this other one where it's like a ring of power and then a straight laser. I love this one. It's just so cool. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped to use that and use it in conjunction with some Warhammer stuff again, because I think that'll be fun, and I'll take some photos. Let's just read what else it says. Cantuan, I need to legit check out Hobby Hobby one of these days to see if they have anything I like or need or want. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a hobby. I say if you're gonna get into stuff like this, just pick something that's kind of like entry level and really easy. I'm sure that a lot of people at the store can help you out, sort of pointing you in the right direction, and then you can kind of go from there, you know? Just tell them that like you're kind of interested in getting into this stuff and what's a good entry level thing to get. Let's see. Combine and display with the scene bases sold separately, freely rearrange them and customize them. Okay. Just some more. Various combinations can be enjoyed. 2 sets of customized effect gunfire. And the images of the models here are from 30-minute missions. I have looked at these models, but I'm not sure if I really love them. They actually sort of remind me more of Bionicles, actually. 30-minute missions. They're very customizable. You can rearrange the parts, combine them with other things, but because of that customizability, they kind of lack a sense of individuality that a Gundam model might have, whether it's like a Xeon Force or the Federation Forces or whatever. There's this kind of like genericness to them, which in some respects I like and in some respects I don't like. But at some point I might try one of these 30-minute mission models because they are fairly inexpensive, so that's kind of cool. Bacon, I remember seeing those pics of the Eldar jet bikes with the effects. Yeah, and when I was taking those pictures, the jet bikes here weren't even finished painting. Like, I didn't finish painting them, so I'm definitely going to be taking better pictures at another time and seeing if I can really get some really cool pictures out of it, you know? That'll be really cool. Let's get some water. Okay, guys. Tell you what, let's open this baby up. Let's open this baby up. I'm not sure if I'll actually build it right now. We'll kind of save that for another stream, I suppose. But let's open it up and take a look. And the next time I stream, I'll probably start building Fumina. I think. I'll actually start painting the mech now that I have the colors I need. And then I'll get to, and I'll also work on Fumina. We'll see if that works out. I don't know. That's the general plan. Oh, whoa, sheesh. Okay. Canton, something cheap, not too expensive. And see if you enjoy it or not. The other thing you can do, Canton, is actually just watch some YouTube videos about the hobby. You can check out. There's a really good reviewer. I've watched a number of his videos. He has so many videos. His name is Zaku Aurelius. Zaku Aurelius on YouTube. And check out some of his reviews. Look at the models that are out there. I'm pretty sure he has some reviews for beginner models, people that are getting into the hobby. To be honest, I'm also someone, I consider myself someone that's just getting into the hobby as well. Because I've been out of it for so long and so much has changed. Yeah, I feel like, oh, this isn't too bad. The instructions don't seem too involved. Maybe we can try this a little bit. We can kind of, no. I don't want to get into this because I'm almost at, all right, fuck it. All right, let's do this, guys. We're doing it. We'll do as much as I can before I start to feel like I'm losing concentration, and then we'll wrap up the stream. Ketwan, what would you call this? Mech builds or what? So this specifically is just part of like the gunpla plamo hobby. But generally what people call, so generally the hobby of building Gundams and gunpla, they just call it like gunpla, right? Gundam is the franchise, is the series, is the cartoon. Those are called, the show is called Gundam, and the things that are in the show, the big robots, are called Gundams. But the hobby, they call it gunpla. And it's kind of like a short form for Gundam plastic, I guess, or plastic model kits, gunpla. But when you're referring to models that aren't strictly Gundam, like much of the stuff that I've been messing around with is actually not Gundams, right? They're big robots still, but they're not from the show. That would just be called plamo, I think. I'm sure Bacon can correct me on that if I've somehow misinterpreted everything, which is entirely possible. Okay, let's work on this for a little bit. We'll see how far we get, and then we can wrap things up. Plamo. Kentuan. What I'm talking about, the whole hobby of building Warhammer, Gunpla, fighters, and all of that. What would you call that hobby? Well, honestly, I just call it hobby. Like, personally for me, I just call it hobby. because everything that you stated just there it's so broad. Like, there's people that will entirely live, they will entirely engage in the hobby just with, say, Warhammer, right? And even within Warhammer, there's people that will entirely base their hobby around specifically Warhammer 40k and never do anything else, right? Because the world and the hobby itself is that deep. Like, you can just go that deep into it. So, you know, you're you kind of need to be more specific in that regard. Like there isn't like one singular catch-all term that encompasses Warhammer and Gundam and building tanks and stuff like that. There really isn't a singular term that really fully encapsulates all that, unless you just say hobby. Because yeah, there's stores, a lot of stores will just call themselves hobby stores, and if they call themselves that, there's a pretty good chance that they'll sell things like tanks, military vehicles, stuff like that, trains, hobby trains, wooden models, and then yeah, then they'll also sell gunpla stuff from Japan, robots, sexy plastic boobies and butts, which is something that I've been investigating. Bacon, time to take a break from Elden Ring. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get some Elden Ring gameplay today, a little later. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. Okay, so we need number 9. Bandai Spirits 2020. Wow, this was made in 2020? Okay, so that's somewhat newer than the other thing that I bought. CE1, 2, and 2. CE1. Oh, so you can change out the parts if you want. You'll have to disassemble some parts. Select a part to attach. So you can have it like the joint go 2 ways or 1. So the joint must not be very, very tight then, if that's the case. Bacon, like Ibu said, the world of model kits is vast. Yep, it's vast. There definitely is model kits with bows. I've seen some sexy anime girls with bows. Yeah, I think your best bet is like when you have some time off, I'd say go check out things on YouTube. Go check out some models and stuff on YouTube. You know, just type in gunpla or plamo on YouTube. Look up what's there, what's out there, because if you go to a hobby store, it might be a little overwhelming with all the choices and options that they have there. So yeah, just it might be helpful to get like some previous, just a little bit of knowledge of what's out there. But again, I think that the people at the store can be quite helpful as well. Okay, let's see. CE2. Bacon, I still want to get that one if it's available. What is it? The Azra Archer? I think there's a new one coming out, like a recolor, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not Siang over here. I don't know all the stuff that's coming out in the future, but yeah, there might be like a recolor or something. I mean, if you really want it, you can get it, but you're gonna have to pay like the markup price, right? And I don't know how prepared you are for such things. It's almost like pre-ordering the special edition of a video game. You kind of have to get your pre-order in bright and early, and if you're too late, then you're kind of shit out of luck. So this plastic here is actually kind of soft, which is weird. This is a kind of like a more rubbery plastic, which I think is good because it's not going to break by accidentally putting pressure. Look, I'm kind of bending it a little bit, and it's flexing. So I kind of like that. I like that because it's not going to break on me. I feel like I'm prone to breaking stuff, so I think Nitrap can attest to that. So this is, yeah, interesting. I've never encountered this kind of plastic before with regards to plastic models, so that's kind of interesting. Bacon, I should get it. Just backlog be damned. Yep, yep, yep. Because you know, like I said, if you're gonna be, the longer you wait, like the more it's gonna cost. And if you really want it, then you might as well just get it. Might as well just get it. It is cool, that one. There's a lot of cool ones. I'll send you some links of the ones that I've been looking at. I'm sure you've seen what are they called? I'm sure you've seen the Dark Advent models. Have you seen those, Bacon? I'm not necessarily looking at those models, but I was like, oh wow, interesting. But there's something called like Plamax or something that's from Kotobukiya, and yeah, over at Trinity Hobby they had one of them. It was like a maid cat curl thing. That one looked pretty cool. Bacon, of course I have. Of course you have. Because Bacon, everyone, is a man of culture. How could he not have known of such things? Kentuan, models get expensive over time. They do. The highly desired ones, they don't make like an infinite amount of them, right? So when the print run is done, that is effectively all that there is until such a time where they're going to make more. But even then, if they make more, it'll be like a recolor or some sort of like some sort of different version of the model. So it might not actually be the exact one you want. That being said, the models get more expensive in the sense that there's a reseller market. So if there isn't a market, if there aren't people that are pursuing those models, like if it's not a highly desirable model, then they're not going to increase in value. And that's only in their unbuilt state. So yeah, they're gonna cost more. They'll increase in value so long as they're mint in box, right? A built model, especially one that's been made by an amateur like me, by the way, I'm not saying I'm a professional or anything, it's going to cost, I don't actually know if people buy like poorly made models and will they pay a lot for it. I would assume no. 6 and 4? So this is actually not too bad to build. I thought that I could do this. I thought that I'll do this another time, but I think we'll build this up and then we'll wrap things up. That sucks. You got to think about this stuff. Yeah, of course, Kentuan. It's like anything. It's a very deep hobby. It's not something that you can just jump into and then and expect amazing results and expect to get everything you want. Again, that's why I said just do your homework, check out some stuff, and yeah, like if it really interests you, then go for it. But I wouldn't just get into it just because you think that you know, you might get some extra views on Twitch or something. It really has to be something that you're interested in. I feel like I know that you were going to build your Lego models and stuff, and that seems like something that you're a lot more interested in. Your Baby Yoda. I don't know if you've built that yet. I don't think so, but that sounds like something that you're really super passionate about. So yeah, definitely maybe focus on that. So let's see, this goes like this. Okay, a little extra blast effect. Cool. Okay, now we need to get CE6. Kenton, hopefully I can get something I can get that is easily to do. Yeah, there's definitely stuff out there that is easy to make. I was actually considering buying a model like that as well. That's a really easy one to make and build. And it was fairly inexpensive. I was thinking about getting it today. I still might get it later. It's the RX 78 high grade kit. That looked pretty neat. This goes in. There should be a slot here somewhere. Okay, here's the slot. Okay. And then we can attach this like this. Oh, this song. Sorry, gonna change it. Not too fond of this one. Where's my mouse? Oh, here's my mouse. Let's see if I can do this real quick. It's just too... Let's change our soundtrack, actually. Actually, no, let's just skip it. No. Okay. This one's kind of bummerish sounding, but we'll play it. Oh, frig. Hold on. Sorry, guys. You know, every time I stream model painting and building, my room just becomes such a mess. Okay. Canton, I was playing Forbidden West, then got stuck with the Legos, and Bloodborne Challenge came in. Now Gunpla. Yeah, don't take too much on. Focus on. I mean, this is advice coming from someone that has also taken on too much. So listen, if I could impart a little bit of wisdom, I just have a lot of projects on my plate right now, and it's kind of piling up. So I would definitely back it up. It seems like Bloodborne is kind of a priority for you. So yeah, you might want to focus on that. Canton, Baby Little Yoda set. Bacon. I say build the Lego first before you even think about getting into another hobby, especially if you plan on streaming them. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, if your whole purpose and intent is to do this for streaming, you need to kind of get your setup for streaming. And I know that you've explained in the past that you're kind of in the process of working on it. So yeah, that might be something to just kind of slow down and kind of work on it a little bit. All right, let's see. This thing goes here, and then. But you know, what do I know? I'm just a schmuck on the internet. I'm not an expert by any means. So, you know, at the end of the day, you're a grown man. You can make your own decisions. So, what do I know? So these go in like this, and this should have a slot, but it doesn't. And it goes something like this. Oh, there's like a peg thing. Okay. The ring. Oh, okay, hold on. The ring goes like this. And again, this is something where I'm going to be taking some pictures later, so we can really kind of see the effect in action. Oh, I love this. This is so cool. Here. Take a look at this. Oh, look at this. Yeah. There's the Necron shooting out the laser. Or what about this? That is cool. Yes. Kind of have some fun taking photos of this stuff. Oh, how about this? The beholder. The lasers coming out the beholder's eyes. I'm a very simple person, and this amuses me to no end. Or the center eye. Okay, okay, okay. Bacon's so cool, so cool. Alright. Did I remove everything now? There's still some more stuff on this Bruce. Basically, you can just play around with all of this stuff. Let's just take it all out now. You basically can kind of mix and match as you please to whatever arrangement you like, and all the extra pieces here kind of help facilitate you getting the right angle and stuff, get the right position. Very fun, very fun. And yeah, once again, a little shout out to Trinity Hobbies over here. That's where I bought my stuff, and the folks that work there, the owner of the store, I believe he goes by Shadow to the Trinity. He came into my stream the last time that I was streaming all this stuff, just to say what's up and drop some knowledge, drop some advice, and he's friends with PG Kami actually. So you know, it's a small world, the Ontario gunpla community, I guess. So yeah, really cool guy, very knowledgeable about stuff, very helpful. He helped me pick out this too to help me do my model. And he was showing me some other stuff for weathering. I ended up not getting that stuff, but it's good to know for the future, for sure. Faux show. Let's see. Okay. Wow. CE7. Yeah, this is the hard plastic. Whoop. Let's just clean this thing up a little bit. I would definitely, again, you know, I'm offering advice, but by no means do you have to listen to what I have to say, Kentuan. But I would consider just focusing on Bloodborne for the time being. That seems to be kind of like a very good opportunity for you. An amazing offer from Mary Trunks, very generous of him, and you're entirely capable of doing it. So yeah, just that sounds like something that would be good to focus on, in my opinion. But yeah, what do I know? What do I know? Okay, I think that kind of goes like that, and then this goes here like this. This is a crazy blast effect. Okay. And there should be a slot. Okay. So you can take this one out. Excuse me. Ooh, gotta be careful. These are two. I'm glad that this is a more rubbery kind, because if it was two hard plastics kind of like butting up against each other, that would be a lot of friction. Yep, Kentuan. Got those games to focus on first, for sure. Faux show. Okay. What was the other thing here? 8. Okay. So the next time I stream, we'll get down to some painting of my model. Losing my handle on this stuff. Okay. And then, gotta be careful with this piece. I feel like I could lose it easily. CE13. Ooh. 1, 3. I must have taken it out already. Oh yeah, here it is. This sort of gives you another angle. Yeah, a lot of these parts just help you get different weird little angles. Jeez, so hard to find this thing. It's just a clear tube. Okay, let's see. And I think this goes... Okay, yeah, we can take this off. And this goes there. And yep, just yet another different way to get an angle of your explosions. You can kind of put it this way, or this L-shaped piece. It's kind of like Lego too, actually, just a bunch of different variations of shapes and angles to place your parts. 5. Okay, this is the last piece on this frame. I have to be careful when I'm throwing away the forbidden sprinkles because some of the small parts look like they're just nub cutoffs when they're not. So I got to be careful about that. And this again is another way of getting of attaching the bullets and lasers like this. Choo! Just like that. You can just have it attached that way. Or you can just have it attached this way. Like that. Oh, you know what this looks like? It kind of reminds me of Gwyn's Thunderbolt or something from Dark Souls. Kind of reminds me of that. But this is my favorite part. Right here, this one. With the ring. I just love that. Where's the instructions? Oh, the instructions are right here. Duh. If we look at this one right here is just super sweet. The way this guy's posed and he's just shooting down. I love it. Let's see. Let's do a little quick investigation here. And I've got some extra parts. It's really fun actually. This is another thing that I really enjoyed about getting into plamo and stuff like that, is that they sell these little tiny accessory kits like guns and lasers and machinery and all that. And it's just a fun way of adding more stuff to your models. I really don't recall that being a thing previously. Back in the 90s and stuff. So here's an example again, just the gun shooting it out. It might be a little hard to see actually. Let me sorry for the scratching sound. That's my mic hitting my chest, my breasts, my chestus. All right. Let's maybe it'll be easier to see if I go like it is. Yeah, it actually is a lot easier to see. Of course, there's 2 barrels here, so it kind of doesn't fully make sense. But you could probably manipulate the lasers to kind of stack them by 2 and have them go something like that. So cool. It's so fun though. All right, let's take a look at this sprue and make sure I've removed everything. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, it's really fun, this stuff. And yeah, like I said, they're fairly inexpensive, these little kits and parts. You can spend hours playing around with these. Yeah, Bacon, I definitely, especially taking photos, right? Like getting the right photos, getting the right look to your shots and stuff. And yeah, as I said previously, I took some very basic rough photos experimenting with the parts pack that I bought previously, and even then it was really it turned out really cool, so I'm looking forward to messing around with this more. This one's the best though. The one with the ring, I love that. And I got 2 of these rings, so I can kind of get two of these lasers going on. 3? If I can get some stands, and I think I do have some stands. Hold up. All right, it's time to see if this stuff will interact with this. It should. They should kind of go into these pegs. Yes. Oh, we're onto something here. Oh me, oh my. Oh. Yes. And now, I'm pretty sure I have more of these stands, more of these angles. Let's see here. You know what I'm gonna have to get is a little case from the dollar store to hold all these parts. That's kind of gonna be the next order of business. Okay, how are we gonna make that fit? Okay. Again, I'm just messing around really quick, so this isn't under ideal conditions, I guess. And how does this go in now? There's just so much, so many little doohickeys and parts, and I kind of have to get used to how they're properly, how can you properly use them. So I'm just messing around real quick. The music is strangely fitting. This one right now, the bluesy jazzy one. Persona music might just be good for any situation. I'm telling you guys, I'm a very simple human being that is easily amused by making little plastic lasers come out of my plastic toys. This is too good. Yo. Erotic eye beam? I am amused. I'll definitely be taking much of tomorrow. I'll be using a lot of tomorrow's time throughout the day to be taking photos of all this. Oh, so good. Here's the Eldar anti-grav platform. And you guys, the camera angle is kind of straight down, so it doesn't look as impressive, but yeah, get some good shots. And I use this, I have this bulb here, which is a RGB light that I use to get some different colors out of the light, which is pretty neat. And we've got some rocks, so this thing could be blasting away some rocks, and the rocks will be flying out. The rocks would be really good for a Dragon Ball dude too. Like if I got like a Dragon Ball guy, that would be very good. Oh yeah, little spark coming out first. GG, phone died. Uh-oh. GG. GG, Kentuan. RIP your, rip your phone. F's in the chat for Kentuan's phone. Okay. Is playtime over? I think we're close to playtime being over. I need to, yeah, so I need to buy an extra container doohickey to put all of this stuff and get organized for sure. So let's just kind of take everything down for now and make sure that we're putting things where they belong. The curved ones were from the previous attacking effects. So Trinity Hobby had Trinity Hobby had the slashing effects, like a different kind of slashing effect that was basically Sonic Boom. So, if they ever make a Guile or Street Fighter based figurize effects set, then I will definitely buy that so I can have Guile. So this isn't going to fit properly, but we'll just kind of put them in there for now before I can get... Oh, Night Trap, time to watch Gundam Narrative. Yeah, so for people watching later in the future that aren't aware, the Gundam Info channel on YouTube is showing a lot of Gundam shows, a lot of Gundam content, and I've been enjoying it a lot. So in all the time that I've been aware of Gundam, I've never actually watched any of the Universal Century main timeline shows until now. I've watched Build Fighters, I've watched oh, that's not true. I watched Char's Counterattack, I think. G Gundam, Build Fighters, I watched that stuff, but that's not part of the Universal timeline, Universal Century. So it's been really great catching up with all of that, and at some point I'd like to elaborate on my thoughts about those shows, because they're deep. There's a lot to talk about them. Although, I mean, it's not like I have anything interesting to say. These shows are like, some of them are, what, 30 years old now, more? So, I mean, it's a very well documented, very well discussed franchise at this point. I don't really have anything new or interesting to say about that in that sense. Bacon, now you'll understand some of the references in Build Fighters. Actually, yeah, I think when I'm done all this, I'll watch Build Fighters again. And now I can be like, oh yeah, Raul. Oh, there was Char. What else? I forgot what else I was going to say. Oh yeah, I'm thinking about playing... Ipo was saying the same thing in the car. Yeah, I was thinking about trying to find that Gundam fighting game for PS1. I want to play that again, because I remember that game a lot. And many of the fighters, which is to say the mobile suits, were from... a lot of them were from Zeta, I think. That could have been the most recent thing at the time when the game came out, or something. Oh wait, there was stuff from G Gundam, Zeta, and the original series for sure. There was like Big Zam. There was what else? Yeah, just a bunch of stuff. Let's put these forbidden sprinkles in a bag. I'll have to sift through them one more time to ensure that I haven't thrown away anything important. But let's just put it in a bag for now. But yeah, guys, I think this might do it for me. We're already at the 3-hour mark, so we've achieved a decent amount of stuff. We did a lot. We got rated, which was fun. Shout out to the folks that rated me, by the way. I really do appreciate it. And apologies that I kind of missed some of the messages because my stupid iPad app for Twitch was bugging on me, or I did something dumb and I messed it up, which is entirely possible. But yeah. Also, shout out to Majin Obama for coming in, or not coming in, but coming through with the poster. Super amazing, gigantic poster. Again, it wasn't easy, that thing to make its long journey from the arcades of Japan all the way to the Ontario, Canada. It wasn't easy, that journey, but yet it made it here safely. So shoutouts to Obama for that. Shoutouts to Night Trap and Bacon and Kentuan, Goro, all the usual suspects for coming in. And yeah, that's it for me, guys. If you made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.